Imagine two economic giants locked in a standoff where every move could cost billions. Trade wars aren't fought with armies, but with tariffs. Taxes on imported goods meant to make foreign products more expensive. The idea is to protect local industries, but it often spirals. One country raises tariffs, the other retaliates, and costs soar for everyone. This isn't just politics, it hits your wallet. Everyday items like phones, clothes, and cars get pricier as companies pass on higher import costs. Farmers are hit hard too. When China stops buying US soybeans, American farmers lose their biggest customer, while Chinese consumers pay more for food. The ripple effects are global. Uncertainty makes companies hesitate to invest or hire, slowing economic growth everywhere. Smaller countries trading with both the US and China get caught in the crossfire, facing tough choices and economic instability. When the world's two largest economies clash, the shockwaves threaten global prosperity. Trade wars create a climate of uncertainty, and that's bad for everyone. The stability that supports jobs and growth is put at risk. In the end, it's not just governments or corporations that pay the price, it's families and workers everywhere. The stakes couldn't be higher. The US wants to rebalance what it sees as an unfair trade relationship with China. Washington accuses China of currency manipulation, massive subsidies, and intellectual property theft, costing American companies billions. Tariffs are the US's chosen weapon, pressuring China to change its policies. China sees these moves as an attempt to contain its rise and argues its policies are part of legitimate economic development. In retaliation, China targets key US exports like soybeans, aiming to hit politically sensitive sectors. Rare earth minerals are a major flashpoint. China dominates their supply, giving it leverage over industries worldwide. The US has slapped tariffs on hundreds of billions in Chinese goods. China responds with its own tariffs and non-tariff barriers. Both sides are playing a high-stakes game, each trying to force the other to blink first. This isn't just about trade, it's about who will shape the future of the global economy. The conflict is strategic, calculated, and far from over. The world is watching closely. The US-China trade war has the world on edge. Allies like the EU and G7 share US concerns about China's trade practices but dislike America's go-it-alone tariffs. They prefer multilateral solutions through organizations like the WTO, fearing that unilateral moves could destabilize global trade rules. A full-blown trade war between the two giants threatens everyone, as their economies are deeply connected to the rest of the world. Rare earth minerals are a particular worry. China's dominance alarms America's allies who fear supply disruptions for critical technologies. G7 nations are scrambling to find alternatives, but dependency on China remains a strategic vulnerability. Other countries are walking a tightrope, balancing alliances, economic interests, and the need for stability. The hope is for a negotiated settlement that addresses real grievances without wrecking the global economy. For now, the world urges de-escalation and dialogue. The stakes are global and the outcome matters to everyone. As of October 30, 2025, the trade war is in a fragile truce, a 90-day pause on new tariffs. This window for talks is conditional. The US wants China to halt new export controls on rare earth elements. The calm follows months of escalation, with China halting US soybean imports and the US threatening massive new tariffs. Both sides are using the pause to regroup, not to resolve. President Trump frames tariffs as national defense. China's state media calls the dispute a protracted war. Experts warn this is a ceasefire, not a peace treaty. The core issues, technology, market access, and global economic leadership, remain unresolved. The world waits to see if this is the start of a solution or just a lull before the next storm. The future is uncertain, and the stakes remain high. The truce may prevent immediate damage, but the underlying conflict simmers. The next move could change everything. What happens next? The outcome will shape your daily life. Best case, the truce leads to a real deal. China opens its markets, the US rolls back tariffs, and global stability returns. More likely, a drawn-out standoff with some tariffs sticking around and prices staying high for many goods. Companies may shift supply chains, causing job losses in some places and gains in others. Worst case, talks collapse, tariffs skyrocket, and a global recession hits, raising prices, cutting jobs, and shaking markets everywhere. This isn't just about headlines. It's about your job, your bills, and the cost of living. A stable US-China relationship keeps prices down and jobs secure. A trade war does the opposite. Uncertainty, higher costs, and economic pain for families worldwide. The outcome of these negotiations will affect us all for years to come. That's why this story matters, no matter where you live. The world is watching, and so should you. The next chapter is still unwritten,